Hey guys, in this video I am going to be showing you a super simple, easy way to make some cute little Halloween witch gnomes. You are going to need fabric for the body, rubber bands, polyfill, some wooden balls, a glue gun and hot glue sticks, some wool yarn. You are going to need some fabric to make the hat, and then just some various embellishments that you need. Oh, and some rice. So I'm starting off by cutting my piece of fabric. I'm approximately cutting a piece about, I would say maybe 2 by 2. And this is going to be the body of my gnome. You can make this circle-ish or squarish. Just big enough where you can gather up the outside edges and bring them into the middle to kind of form a circular ball shape. I'm using my rice and I'm putting the rice at the bottom, and this gives the gnome a little bit of weight so that way it doesn't fall over and it kind of helps it stand up. Then I'm taking my polyfill and I'm using that as my stuffing for the inside. I'm gathering up all the outside edges and I'm bringing everything into the middle. And then once I have everything gathered up, I'm going to take a rubber band and tie that. Make sure you tie your rubber band up nice and tight, but not too tight because you do not want it to snap or break over time. For my gnome's hat, I'm using felt fabric and I'm cutting a triangular shape. I like to use the felts because it's more of a stiffer material so that it doesn't like fall over, it stands up easier. You can use other materials, it just might be more of a floppy style hat. I'm taking my hot glue gun and going along the edge of one side of my triangle. Then I am going to fold my triangle in half and press and hold my glue till it dries. I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim the bottom part of the hat to make it a little bit more even. Once my hot glue is dry, I'm going to turn my hat so that way the seam is not showing on the outside and it's now on the inside. So kind of like folding clothes, you're insiding it out. So turning them right side out. Then I position my hat on my body of my gnome and I try to find where I want my front to be, where I want the beard and the nose, and where I want the back to be. Then I take a little bit of my hot glue and add it to the back where the seam is, just to kind of hold the hat in place. I also like to take some polyfill and shove it up into the hat. This just kind of helps keep the hat formation. Sometimes I don't do this if I want more of a floppy style hat. But for my witch hat, I want a nice formed hat. So I make sure I add enough polyfill so that way it holds its shape. Next, take your little wooden ball and find where you want it to be on your gnome. And you can add your beard first, or you can add your nose now with your hot glue. Either way is fine. So once you put your hot glue on there, make sure you hold it in place, or else a lot of times it'll just fall off and make a big mess. So just hold your little wooden ball on there and wait for it to dry. Next, take your scissors and take your wool yarn and start cutting strips of your wool yarn. All different sizes is great. This will just depend on how long or how short you want your gnome's beard to be. After you have all your strips of yarn cut, take it and start pulling it apart. This just makes it super fluffy. Once you are done pulling all your yarn apart, you can start gluing it on. So just glue your fluffy yarn all over around where his beard would be. I like to curve it around the nose because it kind of sort of looks like a mustache or something. And just make it as fluffy as you want to make it and just keep adding until it is the way you want it to look. If I have some longer pieces, I will take them and I will fold them in half and I will glue them on that way. And this just kind of helps fill everything in. You get your beard all glued down, just glue your hat into place. Make sure you put enough glue on underneath and make sure it's inconspicuous and just hold it down so that way it gives the glue a few minutes to dry so it doesn't shift or move, or sometimes it gets messy and it'll smear all over the place and then you have visible glue on the body of your gnome. I always like to add little cute little embellishments. I kind of feel like that gives each one of the little gnomes their own little personalities. Sometimes I will use fabric scraps or buttons or flowers, ribbon, beads. There's just so many different things you can add to them to give them their own little unique look. That's pretty much it. These ones are pretty simple. They're easy to do, all glue, no sewing. Let me know what you think, you guys, down in the comments if you like my little gnomes. And thank you guys so much for watching.